Okay, hopefully this will be a quick one. We've gone back into my drive and into our test folder that we created earlier, and by clicking on new, I'm going to create a new Google Doc. What this does is it opens up a new tab at the top of my page where I'm able to name my document. And from there, everything automatically saves. So from, if you're used to using Microsoft Word or any other word processing documents, we've lost the floppy disk icon that was used as saving. So this. Okay, so from there, with my piece of work, I'm able to change the text into different styles. I've then got my different fonts. Because it's an online word processing app, what we're able to do, you don't get the full array of fonts automatically, but if you click on more fonts, it does allow you to go in and select from different fonts that you may wish to use in your work. So you can edit it that way. So we can also change the size of the fonts, and also we've got the bold, underline, italics, text color, highlighting, and we're also, because everything is online, what we would be able to do is to take that example piece of text and we could make it into a link. So we could just paste that in and have a link to a website, for example. And then if we wanted to share that with pupils or with other members of staff as links to other websites for them to research, it's that simple. You're just clicking on the insert link. If it's in a collaborative piece of work and you've been given comment access and you've got a story that you'd want to make comments on, as you highlight it, the comment box will appear, or there's also a link to it at the top. So if we add a comment, what you'd be able to see is that it doesn't change the work that's done, but in seeing that, I'll know that there's a comment been made. The person that's made that comment, their name will appear. Once I've seen it, I can click it off and see that my work has just returned to normal. There is at the top here a comment history. So for a document that's constantly evolving, what I would be able to do is to go in there and see all of the comments that have been made, whether they're through by other members of staff or by pupils and teachers in an ongoing commentary to see feedback on the evolution of a piece of work. Okay, I can also insert photos. I can either search the web, I can upload them from my Google Drive, my Google Photos, a link, or using the camera that is on your laptop or Chromebook. If I go to insert, I can also have the image. I can insert tables, drawings. I can insert charts straight from Sheets. And the nice thing is that because everything is linked and everything is web-based, if I'm inserting a chart from a Sheets, what will happen is that as that chart evolves or as data is added, it will also update on the Google Doc that I have. Okay, if you decide to write work or create your documents in Google Docs, but then you need to share it with somebody else as a Word document, within the file, you are able to go to download and download it as a Microsoft Word document. You can also download it as a PDF or several other different formats that you might need to use. As I said, because this is an online document and it constantly saves, what you are able to do is go back and see a version history. So if this was a piece of work that had been written by a pupil and it was a story that as a teacher you were going in and making comments on, and the pupil was able to go back and edit and make changes, what you're able to do is see the version history of that document. So you would see several versions down the right hand side here. You would be able to go back and see what it looked like previously, the comments that were made, the changes that have subsequently been made, and if you're working on a collaborative document, if somebody decided to delete the whole document, by going into the version history, you can decide if you want to, by clicking on the three dots, to make a comment or name the version. So if it's their first draft that they're completed, they can name it that. Or if I want to restore it because it's the best that I've done, I can restore that version as well. Okay, one of the other things that might be helpful will be going through at the top. You can see that you still have most of the functions that you have in most word processing documents, but within the tools, you also have voice typing. And what that does is that once you've allowed it to click on it, the computer then will listen to everything that you're saying and then will type it onto the page. So if you've got pupils who find it difficult to just try and get down what they want to say, then they're able to do that. If you want it to have a full stop or punctuation, then you'll be able to see that at the end, if you say full stop, and then you carry on typing, then there'll be a natural pause and the full stops will be put up. Okay, so that is Google Docs.